Ethan checked his phone again. 11:42 p.m. Great, he muttered, breaking into a jog. The bus terminal was nearly empty, just flickering lights, plastic seats, and the low hum of vending machines. Rain tapped softly against the glass roof, turning the night into a blur of reflections. Ethan had just finished his first semester at college and was heading home for the holidays. Graybridge was a small town, the kind where everyone knew everyone, and where nothing ever really changed, except lately. He reached Platform 6 just as the bus pulled in. Route 13 Graybridge. The doors hissed open. Inside, the bus was almost empty. Good, Ethan thought. I can sleep. He stepped on board, the driver was. Strange, he wore the standard uniform, but it looked old, faded, like it belonged to another decade. His face was partly hidden under the brim of his cap. Ethan scanned his ticket. The driver didn't speak. Didn't even nod, just stared ahead. Ethan shrugged and walked down the aisle. There were only 4 other passengers, an elderly woman clutching a handbag, a man in a long coat. Staring at the floor, a teenage girl with headphones on, and a boy around Ethan's age. Sitting at the very back, looking pale, Ethan took a seat near the middle. The doors closed. The bus pulled away at exactly 11:45 p.m. At first, everything felt normal. Streetlights passed by in slow rhythm. The rain grew heavier. Ethan leaned his head against the window. That's when he noticed something odd. The bus wasn't taking the usual route. Graybridge Road should have come after the third turn, but instead, the bus turned onto a long, narrow road lined with trees, tall trees, too tall. Their branches twisted together overhead, blocking out the sky. Ethan frowned. Maybe it's a shortcut, he thought. Still, Graybridge had no forest like this. 10 minutes passed, no stops, no houses, no signal on his phone. Ethan looked around. The other passengers hadn't moved. The old woman whispered something under her breath. The boy at the back was staring straight at Ethan now, eyes wide, terrified. Ethan stood and walked toward him. Hey, he said quietly, do you know where we are? The boy swallowed. You shouldn't have gotten on, he whispered. Ethan laughed nervously. What do you mean? This is the last bus. The boy said, people who miss it don't get another chance. That's not funny. I'm not joking. The bus hit a bump. The lights flickered. For a moment, the windows reflected something else, not trees, but shadows that moved on their own. Ethan's smile faded. Ethan turned toward the driver. Excuse me, he said loudly. This doesn't look like the right road. The driver didn't respond. Hey. The man slowly turned his head. His eyes were completely black. No whites, no pupils, just darkness. Ethan stumbled backward. The driver turned back to the road as if nothing had happened. The bus kept moving. The teenage girl suddenly screamed. Everyone jumped. She pulled off her headphones, shaking. There was someone standing outside. She cried. Right next to the bus. That's impossible, Ethan said. We're moving. I know what I saw. The man in the long coat finally spoke. They follow the bus, he said calmly. They always do. Ethan felt his heart pound. Who? He asked. The man lifted his head. Those who didn't make it. The road began to slope downward. Fog rolled in, thick and heavy, wrapping around the bus like a blanket. The old woman started rocking back and forth. I told him not to go out so late, she whispered. I told him. Ethan realized something then. None of these people looked alive. Not really. Their skin was pale, their movements stiff. You're dead, Ethan said softly. The boy at the back nodded. Car accident, he said. 3 years ago, same bus. The teenage girl wiped her tears. Hit by a truck. I was texting. The man in the coat sighed. Heart attack on the bus. Ethan's mouth went dry. No, he said. That's not possible. I'm alive. The boy looked at him sadly. So was I, he said, until the bus stopped. The bus slowed. Ahead, through the fog, a bus stop appeared. There was no sign. No lights, just a bench, and behind it, darkness. The driver stood up. Final stop, he said. It was the first time he'd spoken. His voice echoed unnaturally. The doors opened. Cold air rushed in. Outside, shapes moved. All thin silhouettes with glowing eyes. Waiting, Ethan backed away. I'm not getting off, he said. The driver turned. You already missed your stop, he replied. The boy ran toward Ethan. Listen to me, he said urgently. If you stay on the bus after the last stop, you become like us. Then how do I get out? The boy pointed to the emergency exit at the back. It only opens once, he said, before the doors close. The shadows outside began to whisper. The bus lights flickered again. Go, the boy shouted. Ethan didn't hesitate. He ran, pulled the handle. The door burst open. Ethan fell. Hard. He hit wet asphalt and rolled. When he looked up, the bus was gone. No road, no forest. Just an empty street under a familiar streetlight. Graybridge, morning light, peeked over the horizon. His phone buzzed.